Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the We the Culture podcast. I'm your host, the Pied Piper podcaster, Mr. QOQ, and I got my brother with me from another mother, J Dub. Jay, say what's up to the people, brother.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening, man? Good afternoon, Mr. QQ. What it do,
I,
baby?
I appreciate you, brother. And listen, man, you know this, but some of the new people may not. Over here, we walk by faith. So at this
That's
point, we
right.
call in the millions
And millions.
and millions of new subscribers each and every day, and new subscribers and new viewers. And listen, man, we're both working right now, so we just gonna get right to it. We want to know if you've been married and divorced, would you get remarried? Now, I've been married, I've been divorced. My brother's been married, he's been divorced. So, J Dub, let me ask you, man, you've been divorced. Would in 2024, in this day and age, what we live now, the way these women are acting, men are acting, well, we like women. So, the way the women are acting, would you get remarried, brother? Would you do it again?
No.
Come on.
I said no. And I,
Okay.
I said no in the beginning, but listen, first of all, man, I would like to give honor to my Lord, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because he's the head of our life. So, but ordinarily, man, right now I'm gonna say no because marriage, Mr. QQ, is not as sacred as it was back when my parents, your parents, uh, were coming along, man. You know what I'm saying? And our grandparents and great grandparents. Uh, to me nowadays, marriage doesn't mean anything anymore, man.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, but most of the people that I know right now, which I ain't gonna call no names,
Right.
they cheating, man. For
Wow.
real, for real. Both male and female. They're
Wow.
cheating. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's crazy. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I actually was the best man at a guy's wedding on a
Mhm.
Saturday. Monday morning, man, he was at another woman's house, man. Straight
Wow.
like that. And when he got back in our vehicle, I said, dude, I was just at your wedding on Saturday, man. I said, what in the hell?
Right.
What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Uh dude, I know plenty of people that's successful, man. It's like I got they're living the American dream type thing. And I asked the guy one time, I said, man, you talk about all these women, you're married, you got a beautiful home, uh, man, your finances is straight, man, your kids is straight, man, your wife
Right.
is beautiful and everything like that, man. Why you doing what you doing? And he told me, man, that because he could, man, basically. And I said, is it problems? This is a close friend of mine. So I said, is it problems at home? As far as intimacy? He said, no, man, that's never changed. I said,
Mhm.
but bro, so why are you stepping out there like that? And he told me, man, he said, man, because I can't. I guess I'm just a greedy guy, I guess.
Wow.
That type thing. It's weird, man. Man, you got people that's married, man, they hide money from each other.
Right.
Ryan, I remember back in the Thomas Concrete days when we got our bonus checks, man. I used to
Yeah.
listen to the guys say, my wife sure ain't gonna know nothing about this one. Listen, man. Look, when I was married, man, I'm one of those guys, man. I brought my paycheck home. I
Yeah.
brought home every dime. I didn't
Right.
hide nothing.
Right.
And she didn't either. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's crazy out here now, man. It's like
Yeah.
people get married now, man, just to say they married, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, you got some couples, man, that they got separate bank accounts, man, and all this crap, man. Me, man, I all my stuff was together with my wife, man.
That's right.
Everything. We shared everything,
Yeah.
you
I agree.
know.
I agree.
So yeah, man. But I would say no, man. But like I said, God is in control, Mr. QOQ. So who knows, man? I might meet a special young lady that might be on the same page as I am, but only God knows, man. But as of right now, I'm not looking for her, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you,
Hey,
brother.
look, yeah,
I don't have to tell you this, but to the family that's listening, I was married to my brother's sister for over 20 years. We were together almost 26 years. And she wanted, the divorce, of course. I didn't. But would I do it again? I would, because I've seen the power of
okay,
marriage. I've seen the power of that love. I've seen the power of that covenant. and I know how strong it is. So would I do it again? I would, because like I said, I'm like you, Dub. I like to come home to one woman. You know, I like to know I'm taking care of.
That's
I'm
it.
right side, she's taking care of the left side, or I'm taking care of the front and she's taking care of the back. So that's just the way I operate. You know, your parents was married for over 50, 60 years. My parents been married for over 50 years and still going strong. God bless Mom and Papa Wright. We love them. We miss them. But yeah, man, I've seen both sides of it, Dub, because I got people in my family that's been divorced, and I got people in my family for the most part that's still married, thank God. Um, and you know,
Yeah,
but the biggest thing for me, Dub, is when people say, you know, I'm not happy or I'm not sure if I'm
yeah,
in love or this is that. Let me tell you something, man. Once you hit a certain point in marriage, you're gonna get to a point where you may not be as happy as you were 20 years ago when you first met that person because it's not new anymore. You got kids now, a
yeah,
lot happening. You know, you're going through trials and
yeah.
tribulations together, but you're growing together. And all that stuff right there, man,
Right.
is priceless, you know. And just for the people who's thinking about getting
Hmm.
married or is on the cusp of thinking about leaving, I want you to remember this. No one promised you were going to be happy every day. No one promised you this Cinderella
That's
fairy
right.
Disney. It doesn't work like that. Y'all gonna cry together. You're
Mhm.
gonna pray together. You're gonna
Right.
get mad at each other.
Right.
You may sleep in separate rooms at
Mhm.
times. You may not even speak to one another.
Correct.
But I guarantee you, if you
Correct.
got that love, if you say to yourself, come hell or high water, I'm not going nowhere, and my spouse says, come hell or high water, she ain't going nowhere, y'all ain't going nowhere. God is gonna bring that thing back together if you do it and do it
That's
correct.
it.
You know what I'm saying, Dub?
That is it. Absolutely, Mr. QQ. Most definitely, man. I totally agree.
Yeah. So you know, we both got
I
friends,
totally agree.
of ours we know that's out there cheating and creeping. And well, I'm not gonna say God bless them, but I will say be careful because I'm gonna tell you this too, James, and you know this because you and I both we always like to talk about the Bible. We both love God, and God says this.
Hmm.
God
Hmm.
said, "I will not be mocked. Whatsoever you sow, you will reap in this lifetime." So you're not gonna
Hmm.
get anything just because I don't know you out there running the streets. God knows. You know,
That's right.
so you
That
got
is
to be
correct.
careful. You may be able to fool me, but you ain't never gonna be able to fool him as long as I keep it in his hands. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely, definitely. And
Yeah,
so, Mr. Kyoku, in agreement to what you're saying, my brother, uh, you gotta have God in the marriage, man. You got to,
got
both
to,
of
man.
you, both
Got
parties, because the way this world is today, man, anybody is capable, man. None of us are perfect, man. You know what I mean?
that's right.
So we gotta pray, man. We
Yeah,
definitely gotta pray. You and your spouse, you gotta pray, man,
yeah,
on your marriage, definitely.
absolutely.
And if
And
you,
I'll
eh,
say this. I'll say this too, Doug, because you and I are both young looking dudes. So you know when they see us, they may think we 25. You know, but we ain't 25. So I said that to say this: when you and
uh,
I were getting married, and when you and I were dating, there was no social media. You know, so for you to go out
no,
there and
no,
cheat,
absolutely not. Yeah,
yeah. So for you to go and cheat in our era, you really had to get out there and go do it. You just couldn't look at your cell phone and make things happen. You really had to put forth an effort to get out there, find somebody, keep it on the low, and handle your business. Now with social media, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though I wouldn't do it, Dub, I wouldn't cheat on my spouse. I'd be afraid to. Because if that chick that you dealing with ever decide to get mad and hit that record button or hit that live button,
yeah.
you done.
You're done, man. You're done. You're absolutely done. And
Yeah,
then make it so. And this is why we gotta pray in our marriages today, because when you mentioned social media, man, dude, let me tell you, I'm about to park my truck right over here in just a few minutes. I
mm,
guarantee you. Well, I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because I'm not into that. But dude, let me tell you, with social media, man, I bet I could order some hoes and have them over here, man. I know in less than an hour. I could have a
Wow.
chick over here in an hour. Like you say, man. I dropped my phone.
All right.
Hold on, let me get it back. Yeah, there we
You
go.
good?
Uh,
You
can you,
good? Yep.
there we go. Yeah, sorry. So, but no, like I say, man, I get over here, man. I can get on a website
Mhm.
straight like that, man. In less than an hour, man, I can have a female at my truck. Ain't no
Wow.
doubt about it, no question. It's just that easy now, man. You don't have to, like you say, man. Back in the day, you was married, man. Listen, no social media. Uh, you had to go to the nightclubs, man.
Right.
You had to sit at the Walmarts or the convenience stores. You had the parking lot pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
But now, man, you can cheat, man, right now at your service, man.
Yeah.
You got all these different websites now. And some of everything, man. When Facebook first come out, it was so much cheating going on, man. It was
Right.
crazy, man.
Right.
It was crazy, man. You had old girlfriends hitting people up, old boyfriends hitting people up,
Right.
that type thing. Yeah, man, it was off the chain, man. You
Well, you
know,
Black Planet.
uh,
Remember Black Planet when you used to go to Whisper on Black Planet?
I do remember Black Planet. Yes, sir.
I'm like you.
Yes, sir.
I never did it, but I know the guys that were out there stepping out. That's what they would do. They was hitting Black Planet when Black Planet first started. And like you said, then when Facebook hit, it was all she wrote, boy. It was wrote, boy.
The best thing, and I know this is kind of going off the subject a little bit, man, but the best thing about Facebook, I like when it first came out, is that I got a chance to reunite with people, man, I ain't seen in 20 years, man. Some of my boys from school, man, that I hadn't seen in over 20 years, man. I got a chance to meet them. I mean, I'm talking people that I never thought I would see again for the rest of my life, man.
Right.
And so, and a lot of them, man, were doing pretty good, man. It was good to know that. It was like like the best family reunion, man, ever.
Yeah.
Even down to family members, man. Some of them I hadn't seen in 20 years, man.
Right.
Facebook came out, man. I was able to holler at them. So that's what's good about Facebook, man. That when it first come out, that I would say.
I agree 110% because I went to school overseas. So it was really great to see those guys, man, growing and flourishing, both the men and the women. Lifelong friends that you made you didn't think you would see again. You finally get to reach,
right.
See how the family's doing and see how they're doing and progressing in life. And I agree with you 110%, man. It's just one of those things. The times we live in now, Dub, man, you really got to have your discernment up. You can't let everybody in your business.
No, you can't.
You can't, man. And you really, really got to be able to choose and choose wisely. Now, are there still some good women out here? Absolutely. I believe there are. But I think the problem is the good women are being outshadowed by the bad women. Nobody wants no Glorilla or Sexy Red or whatever. We you and I, we grew up on Felicia Rashad, Miss Cosby, and Earl, and the Banks, Miss Banks and them on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Those are the type of women that we grew up on, the Lynn
That's true.
whatnot. So now this generation doesn't have that, to use as a reference point. So I believe it's up for people like you and I to continue to keep that in the forefront. So the younger generation knows you do have choices out here, man. You can make a choice. You don't have to settle for a Pookie and a Ray Ray or a Pookeisha and a Willa Wanda. They're good people out here. You may have to do some digging to find them, but they're there. They're there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. Yes,
So,
indeed.
Brother, listen, man, I want to thank you, man, for taking time out your busy schedule to hop on the podcast, brother. Is there any way that people can find you on, any maybe family, friends that's looking for you that's going to see the podcast?
Not really, man. But I am on social media, man. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and all of that stuff. And I don't have a special name that I go by, just simply James Wright, man. My pictures and all that stuff is up there. So once you look for my name and you see the picture, you'll know it's me or whatever like that. So just hit me up, man. Or whatnot.
Absolutely.
Or Ryan, I tell you, man, Mr. QQ, they can reach out to you, man, and you can get me the message, that type thing.
And if y'all want to reach out to me, I'm at Mr. QOQ. That's at Mr. QOQ. That's on YouTube. And then I'm Ryan Jefferson on Facebook. You guys can hit us up. And like I said, if you got a message for Dub, because we know one another, or Dub, you find a message for me, be able to pass it on to one another. But listen, man, we would like to thank everybody for tuning in. There's definitely going to be a part 2 of this, but as you can see, my brother's behind the wheel of the 18-wheeler. I'm behind the wheel of my out here working and getting it, trying to be safe, because Because
Right.
But listen, man, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. And Dub, I don't get a chance to see you a lot, talk to you a lot, brother, but I love you. I appreciate you, man.
Love you too, brother, man.
You always come through for me, brother, and I appreciate.
Hey, man, I do what I can, brother. Hey, real quick, man, one more thing. I don't mean to drag this out, man, but
right.
Speaking of social media, man, I hadn't seen you in a while, so hey, look at this. We're on social media. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see your face, man. You look good, man. You look happy, man, and all that stuff, man. And so, you know, I just wanted to say that, man.
I appreciate it, brother, and you looking good as well, man. Like I said, you keep yourself together. I know we both.
I try, man.
Our divorce because we both loved our wives, we love our families.
Yeah.
But it was out of our hands, man. It was out of our control. But like I said, y'all just stay tuned. There will be a part 2. But for right now, for myself, for James, my brother, for myself, Mr. QOQ, we love y'all. We thank y'all. And we always like to leave y'all with peace. Y'all be safe. God bless.
Peace. All right.